Hello students, this is Hardik sir. Today we will be starting our first lesson from civics. The title of the book is Social and Political Life and the title of the lesson is on equality. Equality is one of the important pillars of Indian democracy. Without equality, no democracy can survive. Equality ensures that every individual is given equal opportunity. So every individual has an equal opportunity if there is equality in the society. Equality only takes care that everybody has equal right, equal freedom, equal opportunity to make most out of their lives. So that is why only that talents can be used in equal way for every individual in the country. So equality only is the important pillar without which a democracy cannot survive. Here with the next photograph you will find that we can find the economical inequalities, means economical inequalities that we have, that slum areas you can find on the one side and with the other you can find some high rise apartments that deals with economical inequalities in the society that is seen in the most of the parts of the world. Now before we start with the story as it is given with the first page itself, we will get information that what we have already completed in 6th standard book. So you can find that we have completed key elements of democratic government. So we have studied the people's participation. Every individual above 18 years is given right to vote, thus he or she can participate in electing the representatives. So people's participation is not only through voting, but we have other ways also. People can protest by different means, people can write in newspapers, people can share their views through media. So number of options we have in a democratic government to ask the question to government. So thus we have already studied people's participation. We have also studied that how the conflicts are resolved and even the two key elements, equality and justice, which is ensured in democratic government. So equality is a key feature of democracy that influences all aspects of functioning. So whatever and however the democracy governs or democracy functions, we have already studied in 6th standard. In this chapter also we are going to read something more about equality, that what it is, what is equality, why equality is important in a democracy, and in real phase whether everyone is equal or not in India, that we will be studying in this particular lesson. So now let us start something with the Kanta story as it is given. So before we start with Kanta story, you can find that there are some particular people as they are standing in some queue. Here you will find Kanta Devi, that she is a domestic worker, and her friend Sujata Kumari, who is also a domestic worker. They all are standing in one queue. Before them you can find different people like teacher, trader and even student. If you look carefully you will find the same information. The same line continues to be that you can find that there are number of other people also standing in the same queue. You will find artisan, housewife, consultant, government officer, media person, unemployed person and even an industrialist waiting or standing in the same line. So how the story starts of Kanta Devi, let us have some look over here. So on the day of election, so they are all waiting to cast their vote. As Kanta Devi and Sujata Kumari being domestic workers, they are also waiting to cast their votes on the day of election. Like them, all other people are standing. So by the time what happens, how they start talking and how the story moves on, let us have some information. So when Kanta Devi starts, that isn't it good, Suja, that we can all vote as equal citizens of our country. Means she finds that there is an equality, that every individual has equal vote, only one vote, and they are all treated equally on the day of election. She feels this because Jain Sahib, where she is working as a domestic helper, so he is also standing in the same line with them. So that's why she tells that isn't it good that all the citizens have equal right of voting. So then her turn comes, she votes for the candidate and ultimately she votes the person who has promised to bring pipe water to her area. So thus they have completed with the voting. Next page you will find the story being continued. So after that, when her employer Jain Sahib, who leaves, while leaving she or he tells, "Will see you later, Kanta," and she also wishes him namaste. So after that, when they are back to their area, when they are reaching back to home, so she starts telling that Gudiya has been running fever, means her daughter has fever and she has to take her to hospital. But before going to hospital, she has to finish the work at Sahib's house, means Jain Sahib's house, where she is working. So why she wants to go there, why she has to go there? Because she has to take some advance, means she wants some advance money before going to hospital. So this is now where the story actually starts. So her daughter Gudiya, as she is ill and she has to go to hospital, but before going there she has to complete her domestic help work. So now when she reaches home, she finds that her daughter is very sick and she gives her something to drink and tells that just have this and she will be back in the evening, and after getting back from evening they will go to hospital. So till that time she has to wait. After that, when she leaves for the work, she finds that there is no wonder that her daughter can fall ill. She can be ill because the basti, the area where they are living, is never cleaned, and that is the common thing, that cleanliness, as it is not maintained, so definitely it can invite the illnesses to your home. So she finds such things around her area. Now what is around her area, that also you will find. We will find some more information about her. So when she reaches to the Jain Sahib's house, she works, she completes her work while also having instructions from Mrs. Jain. Later on she asks for advance. So while paying advance to Kanta, Mrs. Jain tells her not to make such a habit, and she also agrees with that this will not be repeated again. So after that, in the evening, after completing her domestic work, she goes to hospital, wherein she has carried Gudiya, as you can see in the photo. And she also said that just few more minutes, means still she is waiting in the line again, as she also had waited in the morning. But she thinks something, that Jain Madam and Jain Sahib, where she was working as domestic help, they may not need to stand in line like for their children. They had stood somewhere in the morning for voting, but they have never to do such thing when they are sick or their children are sick. So now we can find that she finds some inequality in the story. She finds that in the morning, Jain Sahib and Jain Madam were waiting to vote in the same line where Kanta and her friend Sujata were also waiting. But if they are ill or if they visit to hospital, they do not have to wait for such thing. So now we have a question. Do you really think that Kanta has enough reason to doubt whether she is really equal or not? And if you have any reason, then please list out 3 reasons from the story that you are given. Still we are in the same part. We will continue with equal right to vote. Now as from Kanta's story, we have come to know that they have equal right to vote. Means every individual above 18 years is given right to vote in our country. The story here begins with Kanta, who was standing in the same line to cast her vote. Means they have equal right to vote, while her employer Jain Sahib and Jain Madam were also waiting in the same line. Even her neighbor Chote Lal, who was also in the same line with her. So Kanta recognizes all of them. So in a democratic country like India, where all adults without any kind of discrimination, without any relevance, without irrespective of anything, they are given equal right to vote. So they are irrespective of what their religion they belong to, or even what they have studied, means whatever their education is or their caste is, no matter whether they are rich or poor, they are all allowed to vote equally. So that we have already studied in 6th standard, and something is this is known as universal adult franchise, and that is also an essential part, essential aspect of all democracies, where everyone is given equal right to vote. And this idea of universal adult franchise, that is based on the idea of equality, wherein everyone is given equal right of voting, everyone has equality to vote, equal opportunity to vote for their representatives. So these all we have already completed in 6th standard. So they, what wealth they have, yeah, they are rich or poor, nothing matters, they have all one vote. It does not mean that a person belonging to A religion or B religion or C religion, A is given 1 vote, B has right of 2 votes, and C has 3 votes, and D has 0. It is not like that. Everyone is equal, every caste is equal. So Kanta is actually excited in the morning when we have seen the story, that she was happy to vote. By that time she was very happy that she felt equal to all of the others, because each one of them has only 1 vote, nobody has more than 1 votes. So but as her day goes on, Kanta becomes less certain about equality. Why such happened? As we have already seen that when she was standing in the queue in evening, by that time she thought that her employer, Mr. and Mrs. Jain, they do not need to stand in queue when they are ill or their family members or their children are ill. So now what makes Kanta unsure? So again we will move back to the story where we have some summary over here also. So we will just have a look to at a day, as we have already seen. So she lives in slum. First and the foremost part, she lives in a slum area that is very dirty, and you can find that a drain behind her house. So because of that also there are certain illnesses, certain diseases which keep on spreading. So her daughter is sick, but she cannot take the day off. She cannot take day off from her work. She cannot leave her work and go to the hospital, because she needs to borrow some money from her employers. If she has no money and goes to hospital, then she cannot get a proper treatment. There are number of chances, and that's why she needs money. And for money, though her daughter is ill, she cannot take the day off. So that she finds, we are going to see something why Kanta becomes unsure. Be with me. So we can find that she lives in a slum, there is a drain behind her house, her daughter is sick, and she cannot take even a holiday. She cannot take a day off. She has to go to work to borrow money from her employers and then to take her child to the doctor. So her job as a domestic help, as she worked throughout the day, she became very tired, and though she had to take her to hospital where she had to stand in a long line. So ultimately there also she had to again be in a line as she was very tired. So this line now if we discuss about in front of the government hospital, that is unlike in the morning, because in the morning when she was standing in a line, there were number of types of people, they were all treated equally, because in this line most of the people are poor. So here only poor people are seen as she looks into the line. So during this government hospitals visit, you also can find the same. So because the people who are rich, they can afford the treatments at private hospitals and private dispensaries. So here you can find that Kanta becomes little bit unsure about equality. Now we can conclude with the part that do you really think that Kanta has enough reasons to doubt whether she is equal or not? So now after studying this whole part, you can come to know that there are number of reasons. So please list out those 3 reasons from the story what we have already studied. With the part 2, we will be starting with other kinds of equality. Thank you. Keep learning.